What's up, YouTube? I've got these two computers sitting on my kitchen table today. They're both in Corsair 200R cases. I've got my kitty helpers, and we're going to be doing some minor upgrades to both of these today. We're going to take a look at each computer individually and what's going into each one. Here's the first computer we'll be taking a look at today. This is an AMD based system. It's a Ryzen 5 3600 on an ASRock B450 motherboard. The video card is a RX 590 if I remember correctly. This is actually my buddy's computer. One of the problems this computer is having right now, my friend put this wireless TP-Link card in here and it's not working. Had a lot of issues trying to get the drivers to install and basically just work. So we did pick up this Asus card that we're going to try in this computer. I'm also going to see if I can get this TP-Link card working under Linux or possibly on my computer. We're also going to be installing for him these two hard drives. They're both 500 gigabytes. Just old slow hard drives. They're going to be used for backup non-critical storage. And then we've got these Noctua fans. These are the NF-P12 Redux. Originally I had intended to purchase the Noctua S12B, which are specifically designed for case cooling applications. These fans are actually designed specifically as CPU cooler or high impedance operation type fans, but the general characteristics should be fine for case cooling and give us a nice improvement in noise and hopefully thermals too. I think that's about everything. I'm going to quit chit-chatting and get these parts installed, and we'll see if everything is going to work for us. Alright, I've got all the parts installed in my buddy's computer that I'm going to be installing for him. I only ended up using one of the 500 gigabyte hard drives. The one that's the 2.5 inch form factor I don't have an adapter for. So for now I'm just going to roll with the one 3.5 inch drive. I've switched out the Wi-Fi cards, but I haven't tried to configure anything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get a monitor and keyboard and everything and test this out. Hopefully everything is working. Alright, I've got my buddy's computer installing Windows updates right now. Still haven't had much luck. He has installed a VPN on here that I think is what's causing problems with the wireless cards installing correctly. But anyways, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put the parts in my computer that's going to be receiving. As you can see, this computer is in the same case, the Corsair 200R. This one has an Asus Z270 motherboard, and the processor on it is an i7-6700K. It's got a 1050 Ti video card in it. Nothing too fancy, but pretty good hardware from a few years back. Today I'm going to be installing more of those Noctua fans. I've got this Samsung SSD I'll be using as the boot drive, and I'm actually going to be installing Windows 10 Pro OEM version on this computer also. Alright, finally, after much frustration, trial and error, I do have the PCIe wireless card working on this computer. I've got the 500 gig hard drive detected and working, and of course the Noctua fans, which, as suspected, even though they're not the optimal fans for this particular application of case cooling, still are better in basically every way than the Corsair fans that came with the case. It's very quiet right now. You can't hear it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this front cover back on and call this one good for now. Alright, I've got my computer basically put together. This is the one with the Intel i7-6700K. There's some stuff going on that I don't particularly care for. The front fan, the way that the screw mounting is for it, I had to use these little toolless or screwless type mounts, the vibration reducing rubber mounts. I'm not a big fan of those. I prefer just mounting stuff with the classic screws. As far as the drives go, I was not able to utilize the 2.5 inch drive mounting points because the limitations on number of pigtails on this power supply. Since it is an entry-level power supply, the cables wouldn't have reached to this main stack of drives and also to this little side 2.5 inch, so I did use an adapter to mount my boot drive. and a 3.5-inch mounting point, and then I have a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue that I'm just going to use for extra storage on here. Another thing, this isn't a fault of the computer or any of the other manufacturers, just Cooler Master has these rather poor quality fan clips on their Hyper 212 Evo. I mean, you can barely bump this computer and the clips will come off. So not my favorite thing. Just a little more delicate than I'd like with some of this mounting, but overall I think once it's in place it'll be a good build. So we can go ahead and give it a power on test, make sure all our fans are working. And it looks like they are. It's restarting itself. Don't actually have anything to boot into on here right now. I need to get on with the Windows installation. Alright guys, I've made some progress on my Intel computer. You can see I didn't have all that much confidence in the Cooler Master fan clips. I mean, the first time I ever installed this cooler, they were acceptable, but after a few times being dismounted and remounted, they're basically just there for looks at this point. But anyways, the Windows license I'm using this time, like I said before, it's a Windows 10 Pro OEM license. I actually purchased it from kingwin.com. It's one of those, it's supposedly not sketchy, although I'm still a little bit concerned. I'm just used to paying the full price for Windows from Microsoft. But supposedly, since these are just surplus valid licenses, I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll get back with you guys and let you know how it goes. Windows 10 is installed and activated. You can see here the Windows specs. I just have it covering up my product ID and everything. Just don't want to share it with everybody out there on the internet. I've got Windows pretty much configured. I still got to go in and delete some of the bloatware junk that comes on it, but I've got my classic start menu and everything. And really, with the side covers on, this case doesn't make any sound at all with the Noctua fans. So even though those weren't the ideal fans, they ended up working out pretty well. Here's the stack of the effective but fairly noisy Corsair fans that came with these two cases. I do have another keyboard and mouse coming. Just since this is a brand new computer, I want to get a new mouse and keyboard. It's just a Logitech MX120, but it's not going to be here, I don't think, till tomorrow. So I just need to move this computer into my bedroom, and then we'll probably wrap this video up. A couple more things I wanted to mention before I finish this video. I did get the TP-Link wireless card working, and it's actually installed in this computer. That's how I've been accessing the internet, and it's been flawless so far. It was detected automatically by Windows, and the correct drivers installed automatically. So didn't have any issues with that. I wanted to elaborate further on why I didn't go with the S12B fans. The company actually was out of stock, and I told them that they could use the other fans as a substitution for the order. I kind of wish I had just canceled the order and found another seller with the correct fans, but they did have a really good sale price. So overall, I don't regret it. The performance of these fans that I have currently installed is as good as I could hope for. And also, as far as the Windows license I got from Kingwin for this computer, I did have to go through a few extra steps to get it activated. Initially, I had an error code on activation. It said that it was installed on another computer, but I was able to go through Microsoft's online chat window tech support, and they gave me a product code to put in, and basically eventually got it activated. So a few extra steps, but not a big deal. It's working great now. Also, the Logitech MK120 is the keyboard and mouse combo I ended up going with. I did want just wired accessories for this computer, peripherals. I don't like having batteries go dead. I don't like keeping up with the little USB dongles, so I just got a nice basic but brand new keyboard and mouse combo, and I've been enjoying this computer so far. It's just going to be used basically as an extra Windows computer for when I'm on the main rig and my wife needs to use Windows for something, checking emails, things along those lines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have lots more computer and audio related stuff here in the future.